Traveling is a means to success. Do subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected. Most popular Dutch foods you needs must try. In the Netherlands, food is a serious business, and they take it very seriously indeed. If you haven't tried these traditional Dutch dishes yet, you are in for a treat because they range from tempting desserts to robust entrees. This video has all of the information that you could possibly require, whether you are going to Amsterdam and want to know what to eat there, or whether you simply want to add some Dutch food customs into your menu planning. Oliebollen. Ring in the new year with this fabulous fried treat. Oliebollen are like the Dutch cousins of donuts and beignets. And they are wonderfully indulgent. Sometimes they're filled with fruit, but they're always topped with cinnamon and sugar. Appeltaart, you probably know the phrase as American as apple pie. Well, I think they got it wrong because the Dutch have some of the best apple pies around, which they call Appeltaart. The crust is the key to Appeltaart. It's a sweet short crust made with brown sugar instead of white sugar. The result is light, buttery, and insanely flavorful. Filled with cinnamon sugar, apples, raisins, and breadcrumbs, it's about as good as apple pie gets. Saucijzenbroodjes, Dutch sausage rolls. You'll find fresh Saucijzenbroodjes in any grocery store or gas station in the Netherlands. They're very popular for snacks or a quick lunch on the go. Like most sausage rolls, they feature ground meat wrapped in puff pastry and baked to golden perfection. Popular with kids and adults alike, you really can't go wrong with these babies. Dutch stroopwafels. This may be the most iconic dessert to come out of the Netherlands. If you've never experienced a stroopwafel, you need to try it. Your taste buds will thank you. Featuring thick, syrupy caramel sandwiched between two thin cinnamon cookies, think waffle cones, every bite is sweet and flavorful. Sometimes, they're even dipped in chocolate. Drool. Dutch almond paste-filled pastry log, Banketstaaf. The Dutch love desserts, which is probably why I love the Dutch so much. And they do dessert well. Take this holiday treat, for example. Banketstaaf features buttery, flaky puff pastry stuffed with rich almond paste. Then, they baste the pastry with apricot jam. It's fantastic, and I guarantee you won't want to share. Dutch vegetable soup with meatballs. Like the Swedes, the Dutch are big fans of meatballs. One of the most common ways you'll see this is when you have soup. Meatballs are always in soup. Really? I was shocked when I had tomato soup for the first time in the Netherlands. But, I gotta say, it's really tasty. And this vegetable soup is a perfect example. Every spoonful is brimming with veggies, noodles, and flavorful broth, along with a deliciously tender meatball. It's healthy and hearty, and your family will love it. Macaroni Schotel. This Macaroni Schotel is like the love child of quiche and baked mac and cheese. Every bite is chewy, creamy, cheesy, and amazing. Plus, it's practically a whole meal on its own. It has lots of protein from eggs, cheese, and shredded chicken. Add a veggie on the side, and you're good to go. Dutch kibbeling. If you love fish and chips, then kibbeling will be right up your alley. It's batter-fried white fish that's seriously crunchy. Cod is the most commonly used, but most white fish will do the trick. In addition to the beer-battered cod, you'll make a delicious pickle and mayo sauce. Then, all you need are some Dutch fries and mayo. Yum. Boterkoek. While Kaassoufflé is one of my favorite dishes, Boterkoek is my favorite dish. It's often served as a little pre-meal treat, with coffee, of course, and oh boy, is it heavenly. Your taste buds will love it, but your waistline might not. That's because Boterkoek translates to butter cake. This cakey cookie thing is chock full of butter, sugar, and flour. It's rich, tender, buttery, and totally amazing. Typically, Boterkoek also has a light almond flavor. So while this recipe doesn't include almond anything, I recommend adding a splash of almond extract. You won't regret it. Huzarensalade. When you see the Huzarensalade, you know it's party time. Popular at barbecues and circle parties aka birthday parties, Huzarensalade is classic party food. Trust me, this Dutch potato salad blows our potato salad out of the water. Loaded with beef, pearl onions, carrots, pickles, apples, and peas, it's a total umami bomb. Everything is covered in Dutch mayo, salt, and pepper. It sounds a little weird, but I would never steer you wrong. This stuff is lekker. Homemade Dutch frikandellen. The Dutch are masters of mystery meat. So today, let's unravel at least one mystery for you, the mystery of the frikandel. And it's not nearly as scary as you might think. This homemade frikandel is made with fatty pork, chicken, breadcrumbs, and lots of spices. Roll it into a hot dog shape, boil it, and then store it in the fridge or freezer. It's super easy. When you're ready to eat some frikandellen, take out the amount you want. Then, deep fry them until they're golden and delicious. Ontbijtkoek. Ontbijtkoek is a little breakfast cake that you don't typically eat for breakfast. However, it is often served with coffee, and I know you'll love it. This spiced loaf cake is reminiscent of a pound cake, but the ratios are totally different. Regardless, Ontbijtkoek is dense, dark, and delicious. If you like gingerbread, you will definitely like this scrummy cake. Bitterballen. Bitterballen are fried meaty balls of goodness. Just don't ask what's in them. At least, that's the joke in the Netherlands. But I promise they're totally delicious, and safe to eat. Bitterballen are a type of beef croquette made with gravy and ground beef. They're crispy on the outside and super soft and flavorful inside. They're also highly addictive, so be sure you make enough. They won't last long. Broodje Rookworst. In its most basic form, Broodje Rookworst is a smoked sausage and sauerkraut sandwich. It's almost like a hot dog and almost like a British sausage sandwich. But it's uniquely Dutch. It's stadium food, and best served with a cold radler. Kaassoufflé. Kaassoufflé is one of my absolute favorite Dutch treats. It translates to cheese soufflé, and it's literally fried cheese. Well, it's fried cheese wrapped in puff pastry and breadcrumbs. It's like Dutch mozzarella sticks, made with gouda, and I could eat a whole platter to myself. Hachee, Dutch beef and onion stew. I have to say it. The Dutch will never win awards for plating and presentation. A lot of Dutch food just isn't pretty. But who cares what it looks like when it tastes so good? It's kinda like the Dutch's answer to liver and onions, but so much better. Because there's no liver. It features slow-cooked beef and caramelized onions. A little acid from red wine vinegar cuts through the richness to create a perfect bite. It's mouth-watering and just what you need for the winter. Dutch Hutspot. You know winter is coming when the Hutspot comes out. It's a type of Stamppot, but it is a very specific type. Made with potatoes mashed with carrots and onions, it's well seasoned and loaded with butter and milk. Often, it also has spiekjes, bacon bits, mixed in, too. This recipe does not, but feel free to add some in. Either way, it's delicious. And, again, it's almost always served with smoked sausage. Traditional Dutch split pea soup, Snert. Its name is funny, and its appearance is less than appetizing. But don't let its looks fool you. Snert is absolutely delicious. And the longer it sits, the better it gets. Snert is full of veggies like split peas, celeriac, celery, carrots, and potatoes. It's also loaded with flavorful pork products. It's thick, hearty, and will stick to your ribs. A word of caution, I wouldn't eat Snert before a big date. Let's just say, this popular dish could power the Dutch windmills. Poffertjes, Dutch mini pancakes. Yes, they're mini pancakes. But really, they're so much more than that. They're fluffy, sweet, and full of good vibes. You'll see versions of these mini pancakes all over Europe. Many, like these poffertjes, are made with a yeasted batter. That means you need to give it a little time to rise. Luckily, these little guys are worth every second of waiting. Serve them with butter and powdered sugar, that's the Dutch way. Stamppot, Dutch national dish. It's steamy, it's hearty, and it's actually made a whole bunch of different ways. However, this Stamppot recipe is the most popular version, and my personal favorite. Stamppot is basically mashed potatoes plus veggies, and this recipe is made with kale, a staple in most Dutch households. Made with flavorful alliums, butter, and milk, it tastes great, and it's a lot like Irish colcannon. Plus, it's always served with delicious smoked sausage. Yum. Instruction before eat: check food is halal or haram. Do subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected.